Alright, so this is how you get your daily done in under 10 minutes. First you zone in, you ask if your group can go fast. If they say yes, then you pull these 2 mobs. For this you always want to do Forge of Soul because the other dungeons are harder. Okay, so you boots and tell your group not to damage those mobs at the front. So you boots into this next pack, you stun them, still don't tell your group to damage, you're going to go to the next pack and then you're going to start AoEing them down. And here you can use your shield wall. I use my shield wall here. You can use whatever CDs you want. Just pop your early 2 minutes here because this is the first big AoE pack and after this you're running again. So I grab them all. You can see the healer. If you're a tank here, you gotta care about the healer because he's gonna get healing aggro on the ones that were running far behind. But if you're a DPS, you can just go start DPSing, AoEing them down. And if you're a healer, you gotta keep big heals on everybody because there's gonna be some loose inevitably, but there's also gonna be a lot of damage on the tank, and these reflect shields are also going to do a decent bit of damage if people aren't paying attention. You can see I'm trying to pick that shade off of the healer. And make sure you have your Euro beat going for an extra 10% extra speed. Make sure you have your Halloween pumpkin on too, because Halloween is the best world event in this game. It's the only one that matters. So after you have this pack cleaved down, you're just going to go run on the bridge. And you can start leaving before the mobs are dead if you're the tank. So on the bridge, I hamstring these 2 watchmen and then go to the next pack. You can do whatever, you can hammer of justice them. I don't know what druids have, they might have something. DKs can chains of ice them. Pretty much you just go to this next pack and cleave them down, same as normal. And then same when the mobs get low, you can just start running to the next group, have the DPS deal with the rest of that. Ideally you should have threat on them and they should be following you, but I got lazy here and one sat on the mage, but it shouldn't matter. Just go in the next room. Here I'm going to use my last stand and my enraged regen. And I'm clicking them because I'm not a good player. If you're a good player, then you could probably get this down to like a 4-minute run. If you're like a paladin and you're like an actually good gamer with ICC gear, I'm on a... This used to be my main, I still call it my main, but I really play a different class now, so it's kind of my alt. Anyway, after that room is taken care of, you can go onto the bridge here, collect these guys. You could probably be dragging this to the next pack, but I didn't because just wanted to chill out for my healer, I guess. So I'm going to leave now that they're almost low and go to these skeletons. And here I'm just going to drag them straight into the boss, stand and type while these guys hit me from behind. The whole time I'm doing this, I'm just making sure that my healer has enough mana, and that's why I ask at the start if they're okay with going fast, because if they're not okay with going fast, your healer's going to have no idea what to do. And then he's gonna be too far away from you, you're gonna range him, and then you're just gonna die, and it's a waste of time compared to just doing it normally. But if your group does say that they know how to go fast, then you can just do it this way. So I do a little bit of weaving here. This is what I do for Twin Valks, actually. I go defensive stance until my revenge comes up, and then after I pop my revenge, I go to battle stance for my shield slam proc. You get like an extra 10% damage on shield slams and devastates doing it this way. But revenge is obviously your main DPS as a warrior tank. But I mean, if you're a paladin, you don't have to do this because your class is just better than mine. Yeah, so we're gonna fast forward through as we kill the boss. Alright, I got some item that didn't matter, so quick greed, and then we're running to the next pack here. These are 2 more skeleton men, so I'm gonna boots, and then hamstring them, and then we're running straight to the hallway. We're not worrying about these skeleton men. After I got a hamstring on him, I'm taking a minute here, and then I'm gonna revenge him for some extra threat. And then here's a little skull man. He popped up. We can just run away from him. If this ghost is walking in front of the hall, you gotta pull it, but he's walking away, so we're gonna ignore him. These ghosts are actually pretty scary. I guess they do like a reflective thing. So you can shield wall here, because this is probably the hardest mob in the dungeon for the healer to deal with. So you can pop your last stand, your shield wall, your whatever to alleviate the strain on the healer, because you're not going to really need him for the last boss. And you can probably drag these into the last boss if you have a gamer healer, but I didn't here. I'm just going to cleave them down normally. And then as soon as these die, we're running into the boss. So this guy's almost dead, we're going to run into the boss. Running into the boss now. We got this annoying healing debuff. I popped my enraged regen before I noticed I had it on me because I'm dumb. But it doesn't matter, who cares? We're at the end now, so here's some more clicking, here's some more craziness. You want to drag it out of this yellow, or not yellow, what am I, colorblind? You want to drag it out of this purple thing he puts on the floor. And these ghosts you can just ignore. Whenever he does the damage link thing, where every damage you deal to him, he does to a party member, if you have a gamer healer, you can just completely ignore it, and the healer will just heal through it. Here goes Mirrored Soul, and the boss is almost dead, so who cares? And there you go. So, as you can see, I don't have the best gear, and I'm playing the game suboptimally, but we still managed to kill this in 7.5 minutes, so if you are ever one of the tanks that I get when I'm playing my lock, and you suck, then you should just watch this video and stop sucking.